Every great story needs a hero, but it's the villain who truly makes it unforgettable. The chilling presence, the twisted mind, the unstoppable force. Villains are the heartbeat of cinematic tension. They are the ones who challenge everything we believe in, pushing heroes to their limits and beyond. Some are cold and calculating, others chaotic and unpredictable, but all leave a lasting mark on our minds. They don't just create fear, they command attention, steal scenes, and sometimes even win our admiration. From masterminds to monsters, these characters redefine evil in ways that are both terrifying and fascinating. Their motives may be complex, their actions unforgivable, yet we can't look away. These are not just antagonists, they are legends. Get ready to dive into the darkest corners of cinema and meet the greatest movie villains of all time.
The Dark Knight, 2008. Joker, portrayed by Heath Ledger, stands as one of the most iconic villains in cinematic history. This film redefined the superhero genre by presenting a villain driven not by money or power, but by pure chaos. The Joker's unpredictable nature makes him terrifying, as he operates without clear rules or limits. His psychological warfare against Batman and the people of Gotham creates intense tension throughout the film. Ledger's performance is haunting and unforgettable, bringing depth to a character that could have easily been one-dimensional. The Joker challenges the very concept of order and morality, forcing others to confront their darkest instincts. His presence dominates every scene, making him the true center of the story. This portrayal elevated the standard for villains, proving that a great antagonist can define an entire film.
Gladiator, 2000. Commodus, portrayed by Joaquin Phoenix, is a deeply complex and unsettling antagonist. His desire for power and approval drives him to commit ruthless acts. The film explores his insecurities and emotional instability, making him unpredictable. His relationship with Maximus adds tension and depth to the story. Commodus is not just evil, he is deeply flawed, making his character more human and disturbing. His actions are driven by a need for validation, creating a compelling and tragic villain. 7. 1995. John Doe, played by Kevin Spacey, is a villain driven by ideology rather than impulse. His crimes are carefully planned and symbolic, based on the 7 deadly sins. The film builds tension through mystery, leading to a shocking and unforgettable conclusion. John Doe's calm and calculated nature makes him terrifying. He believes his actions serve a higher purpose, adding a disturbing layer to his character. His presence challenges the protagonists and the audience to confront uncomfortable truths about morality and justice.
The Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King, 2003. Sauron looms as a powerful and ever-present threat throughout the trilogy. Though rarely seen in physical form, his influence is felt in every corner of Middle-earth. Sauron represents absolute power and corruption, driving the conflict of the entire story. His ability to control and manipulate others makes him a formidable force. The idea of an unseen yet omnipresent villain adds to his pay factor. His existence shapes the actions of every character, making him central to the narrative. Sauron's character proves that a villain doesn't need constant screen time to be impactful. His presence alone is enough to create tension and fear. Schindler's List, 1993, Eamon Goth, played by Ralph Fiennes, is one of the most disturbing villains ever depicted on screen. Based on a real historical figure, his character represents the horrors of unchecked power and cruelty. The film portrays him as unpredictable and merciless, capable of violence without reason. His actions are not exaggerated for drama. They reflect real atrocities, making his character even more terrifying. The performance is both powerful and unsettling, capturing the banality of evil. Goth's presence serves as a stark reminder of humanity's darkest moments. He is not just a villain in a story, but a representation of real-world horror,
making his impact deeply profound. The Silence of the Lambs, 1991. Hannibal Lecter, played by Anthony Hopkins, is the embodiment of intelligence and terror combined. Unlike typical villains, Lecter is calm, polite, and incredibly perceptive, making his violent nature even more disturbing. His interactions with Clarice Starling are filled with psychological tension as he manipulates conversations with ease. The film's strength lies in how little screen time he actually has, yet his presence is felt throughout. Lecter's ability to get inside people's minds makes him uniquely dangerous. His refined demeanor contrasts sharply with his brutal actions, creating a chilling effect. This character redefined what a villain could be, someone who terrifies not through force, but through intellect and control.
The Avengers, 2012. Loki, played by Tom Hiddleston, brings charm and complexity to the role of a villain. Unlike purely evil characters, Loki is driven by jealousy, insecurity, and a desire for recognition. His witty dialogue and charismatic presence make him both entertaining and dangerous. The film explores his relationship with Thor, adding emotional depth to his actions. Loki's unpredictability keeps audiences engaged, as his motives are constantly shifting. He represents a more modern type of villain, one who is flawed and relatable, making him stand out in the superhero genre. Psycho, 1960. Norman Bates, portrayed by Anthony Perkins, redefined psychological horror. At first glance, he appears shy and harmless, but beneath the surface lies a deeply disturbed mind. The film's twist reveals the complexity of his character, making him both terrifying and tragic. His relationship with his mother adds layers to his personality, exploring themes of identity and mental illness. The famous shower scene remains one of the most iconic moments in film history. Norman Bates changed the way audiences perceive villains, showing that evil can exist in the most unexpected places. No Country for Old Men, 2007. Anton Chigurh, portrayed by Javier Bardem, is a chilling representation of fate and inevitability. His emotionless demeanor and strict personal code make him unpredictable and terrifying. He doesn't act out of anger or greed, but follows a twisted sense of logic. The coin toss scenes highlight his belief in chance and destiny, adding a philosophical layer to his character. Chigurh's presence creates constant tension, as his actions feel inevitable and unstoppable. He represents a force beyond human control, making him one of the most unique villains in cinema. His quiet, methodical approach contrasts with the chaos he leaves behind, creating a haunting and unforgettable character. Star Wars Episode V: The Empire Strikes Back, 1980. Darth Vader is one of the most recognizable villains in film history. Voiced by James Earl Jones, Vader represents power, authority, and inner conflict. This film deepens his character, revealing layers beyond his imposing presence. His connection to Luke Skywalker adds emotional weight, transforming him from a simple antagonist into a tragic figure. The iconic revelation scene remains one of the most memorable moments in cinema. Vader's calm demeanor and commanding voice make him both intimidating and fascinating. His character explores themes of redemption, identity, and the struggle between good and evil. He is not just a villain, he is a symbol of the complexity of human nature. Villains are the soul of storytelling, shaping narratives and defining heroes through conflict and challenge. These characters go beyond simple evil, offering depth, complexity, and unforgettable performances. They remind us that darkness can take many forms: chaotic, calculated, or even charismatic. Each of these villains has left a permanent mark on cinema, influencing generations of storytelling. And in the end, it's their presence that makes these films truly legendary.